Ben Affleck and girlfriend Lindsay Lukasiak's summer of love continues as the couple vacations in Maine.
Find out why Jessica Biel says she'd be a blob on the floor eating cake balls if it wasn't for her hubby Justin Timberlake and their son.
Things are getting nasty in a Real Housewives of Orange County text battle. Why is Kelly Dodd alleging Megan King Edmonds' husband has a mistress?
Plus, Real Housewife Shannon Beador tells us how she's losing weight and keeping it off.
My trainer said I was at 40% body fat, and that's like a health hazard.
Christina Elmusa shares her go-to workout and how her kids keep her moving.
Teen Mom 2 star Kailyn Lowry gets real about her surprise third pregnancy.
Why she thought she couldn't have any more children.
Dance Mom star Chloe Lukasiak opens up about her rivalry with co-star Maddie Ziegler.
It was never really an issue for me or for us, I think. I was always the one to say that it's just dance, like it's just competition. It's not the end of the world.
And the men told all on last night's Bachelorette. Our panel is ready to serve up all the best moments from last night's fiery confrontation.
Who are you? You're irrelevant. Like, hey.
He's no Boom, he's no Lee. Like, cut the guy a break.
Are you shut up, Dean?
That was the Waboom laying a little smack down there. Anyway, so much good stuff coming up with The Bachelorette. Happy Tuesday, people.com and Facebook Live. Welcome to the show. Great one for you today, recapping lots of your favorite reality shows, of course, The Bachelorette. Plus, HGTV star Christina Elmusa is revealing her fitness routine. So we want to know, what is your go-to workout? Let us know in the comments below. We just want to cultivate to kind of work into our own daily workouts. So give us your ideas. First, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. James Franco is opening up about his troubled youth. The actor is featured on the September cover of Out magazine, in which he gives a wide-ranging interview covering everything from his early struggles with depression to his latest directional challenge, sex scenes. Franco tells the magazine, quote, "I have a very addictive personality. When I was a teenager, I got over certain addictions, and that's when I started acting at age 17. But before long, acting itself became like an addiction," Franco explains, saying, "I really threw myself into it, and that became everything, to the point where I didn't even socialize. And then after like 10 years of that, at age 27, I realized, man, I'm so depressed. On the surface, my life seems pretty good. I have a career and everything, but I feel isolated and lonely." But these days, Franco has thrived off his passion for directing and recently directed Maggie Gyllenhaal in a sex scene for HBO's The Deuce. Franco says it could have been awkward, but instead Maggie was, quote, "fearless and led the charge, making his job easy." Well, guys, Ben Affleck and Lindsay Lukasiak's summer of love continues. The Oscar winner and his new girlfriend were spotted out on vacation in Maine over the weekend. A friend of Affleck's tells People he recently wrapped filming on Justice League and is enjoying his summer. Another source adds he also really enjoys spending time with Lindsay. It won't be surprising to see them out and about and together in the coming weeks. The duo were spotted together on Sunday at a liquor store where the actor posed for a picture with a store employee who posted the photo on Facebook. The employee had also tweeted a screenshot of security footage of the couple in the same store on Saturday, but both posts have since been deleted. It's not clear for whom they were buying the alcohol. In March, Affleck revealed in a Facebook post that he had completed treatment for alcohol addiction. A friend of the actor tells People that Affleck is, quote, "committed to bettering himself and continues to stay on his path of wellness and spends time with his family." Now we move on to this. 25-year-old actress Billie Lourd is opening up about the sudden loss of her mom, Carrie Fisher, and grandmother, Debbie Reynolds, revealing in Town & Country's September issue that she's become her own person in the wake of their tragic passings. In a conversation with her American Horror Story co-star Sarah Paulson, Lourd says, "I've always kind of lived in their shadows, and now is the first time in my life when I get to own my life and stand on my own. I love being my mother's daughter, and it's something I always will be, but now I get to be just Billie." Lourd, who says she felt a lot of pressure growing up behind her mother's incredible legacy, reveals that she's ready to evolve in her own way, and with standout roles in the upcoming seasons of Ryan Murphy's American Horror Story, as well as a breakout performance in Fox's Scream Queens, the young actress is prepared for the next phase of her career, a career that began with a big push from her mother. In December, Fisher suffered a heart attack while on a flight from London to Los Angeles, dying just one day before Reynolds. To get through both losses, Lourd heavily relied on her mom's infectious humor. She reveals, quote, "If life's not funny, then it's just true, and that would be unacceptable. Even when my mom died, that was what got me through the whole thing. When Debbie died the next day, I could just picture her saying, well, she's upstaging me once again. Of course, she had to." After toxicology reports showed Fisher had drugs in her system at the time of her death, Lorde became a staunch advocate for pushing the conversation of mental illness and drug addiction forward. In an exclusive statement to People, Lorde says her mom would want her death to encourage others to be open about their own struggles, saying, quote, "It ultimately helped so many more people." Guys, now we switch gears to this. Watch.
I mean, I really don't want to talk about it, but I also feel like I'm seeing all the that Janelle has gone through with having 3 kids, with 3 people, and it's gonna get out anyway, so I might as well tell my story and be transparent about it.
That's Kailyn Lowry opening up about her 3rd pregnancy on Monday night's Teen Mom 2. The reality star revealing some shocking news in the latest episode, saying that she never thought she could get pregnant again, telling her ex Joe Rivera, quote, "I was told I couldn't carry any more children. I was told I would have to go through fertility treatments and IVF and all kinds of things. So even now I'm still nervous that I could have a miscarriage." Rivera expressed concern over their 7-year-old son Isaac, as well as Lowry's 2nd child, whom she shares with another ex, telling Lowry that she needs to really think about how she's going to explain to her kids that she's having a child with a 3rd man. And in the latest episode, an MTV producer asked Lowry if she used birth control or contraceptives, to which she replied no. And when ex Rivera asked if the baby was planned, Lowry responded, quote, "It was not planned and not prevented. He knew I wanted a baby, and if it happened, it was fine." And now we go from teen mom to dance moms. Watch.
The way I left back in season 4 was very abrupt and out of nowhere. I really didn't even think I was leaving. I figured we would go back the next season, and then I left, and then I just never came back. And it was just it felt very, like I said, unfinished for me, and I needed closure. And I heard that the season was ending, so I wanted to go back, or the show was ending, so I wanted to go back and get my closure. And then another season came up, and I was like, okay, I guess we're doing this again.
That's right, Dance Moms fans. Chloe and Christi Lukasiak are back and better than ever in the newest installment of the hit Lifetime series. Chloe, who abruptly left the show after 4 seasons, was one of the first OG members to make an exit, followed by Sia protege turned actress Maddie Ziegler. Chloe, whose dancing famously rivaled Maddie's, opened up about her relationship with her former castmate and whether or not they've kept in touch since parting ways. Watch.
It was a little bit difficult at first because our schedules were super grueling and we didn't really see each other a lot, but then I recently saw her at Nia's birthday party, and we kind of caught up a little bit. We exchanged numbers, and I think maybe when I'm in LA soon again, we'll try to meet up or something. But yeah, I miss Maddie. She's really great, and I'm really proud of everything she's doing, and I'm really happy for her.
Yeah, you two are kind of pitted as rivals in the show, so you've gotten past that, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, it was never really an issue for me or for us, I think. I was always the one to say that it's just dance, like it's just a competition. It's not the end of the world. But we stayed friends throughout that whole thing, and then unfortunately we kind of fell out of touch whenever I left and she left, and we all did our own thing. But yeah, it was whatever.
Always great to hear that. And coming up, Chloe and Christi are back talking controversial coach Abby Lee Miller. All those details just ahead.
Definitely.
Hey, Andrea, good morning.
Good morning. Let's check in with Facebook Live. We're talking about HGTV star Christina Almusa's workout routine. So we want to know, what is your go-to workout?
John says, running all day, every day.
All day. Charlie says, I like long walks with funny podcasts, which I think is smart because then it keeps your mind off the fact that you're working out. Elena says, my go-to workout is swimming or walking around the neighborhood.
I have a friend who's only using a kettlebell at home and doing all kinds of workouts with it, and it's really working, yeah.
Cool.
It's easy to do at the house. Anyway, keep the Facebook comments coming in. I'll check in with you again soon. Tell us your favorite workouts. Andrea, though, more trending news for us in Star Trek.
That is right, Jeremy. We are kicking off Star Trek with some workout tips that'll keep you looking fierce. Flip or Flop star Christina Almusa is opening up about her go-to workout routine, telling people that despite her busy schedule, she still makes time for a healthy start to the day. The hot mama of 2, who also enjoys yoga and Orange Theory fitness, says a good workout can be easy to accomplish, revealing running has always been my go-to workout. Usually I only have 30 minutes for a workout, so I make sure to make the most out of it. A quick 3-mile run around my neighborhood is what I find maximizes my quick workouts and gives me energy to get through my day. After her workout, Christina makes sure to stick with organic prepared meals over fried foods, adding that a cup of coffee and water throughout the day are key to hydration. Still, sometimes the best healthy habits come from home. Christina admitting this, my children always keep me moving, so just keeping up with them is a workout in itself. Well, gotta love that, and I definitely believe it's a workout. Now moving on from one busy mom to the next, watch this.
I think it's one of the things that she struggles with. You know, I think she feels a lot of guilt about even if she's a good enough person to be a mother. And I think I've felt that way before. I think any mother, any parent has said to themselves, do I even deserve this? No one should leave me alone with this kid. You know, someone should do something, you know, because you don't know what you're doing a lot of the time. And I think she feels a lot like that.
That's Jessica Biel opening up about the complicated feelings associated with motherhood at Monday night's New York City premiere of The Sinner. Biel, who plays a young mother overcome with a fit of rage, says it was extremely difficult to let go of the show's intense subject matter, telling people, "Thank goodness for my family, because otherwise I'd be a depressive mess, like a blob on the floor eating cake balls consistently." The mother of one said she enjoys getting to be goofy at home, adding, "I come back and I have fun and I smile and I get to be silly because at work I don't get to do that." Well, nice to hear from Jessica. The Sinner premieres Wednesday, August 2nd at 10 p.m. Eastern on USA. All right, now watch this.
Calm down, girl. Maybe you need some hormones or something for your body. Because you are you are crying. Read between these lines, you f***ing bitch. Get out of my table. We gotta go. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night, my darling.
I will.
Good night.
I will, without you at my table.
You know what?
Get the
Keep
out of here.
Keep eating.
This isn't my plate, you f***ing bitch.
Yeah.
That's not my f***ing plate.
Whoa, Real Housewives fans are still reeling from that epic fight between Shannon Beador and Kelly Dodd on the Real Housewives of Orange County. And last night's episode gave viewers an insight into the aftermath of that explosive scene. So when Shannon stopped by People Now, we had to get her take on what it was like watching back that fight. Plus, the reality star opens up about her weight struggles and how she's shed some pounds so far. Watch this.
I'll be honest with you, I've been a little bit embarrassed about my level of emotion, but I was not in a very good place emotionally at the time because I put on a bunch of weight, so I just didn't feel good about myself, and so I just let my emotions, I wore them on my sleeve, and I reacted, I think, a little bit more strongly than I would have.
Yeah.
A big storyline this season was your weight struggle, but you've lost a lot of weight now.
Well, I've lost 15 pounds, and I have 25 to go.
What did you do to lose the weight? What was your sort of attitude going into that as you sort of tackled it?
Well, as you saw, I think it was the last week, my trainer said I was at 40% body fat, and that's like a health hazard. So it's like you're a walking time bomb. So that was kind of scared me into finally doing something. So I've been eating clean, which I always did before. I just kind of went off the rails for a little while. And I've been exercising 30 minutes a day. I cannot stand exercising, but you can always carve 30 minutes out. So I do it every single day.
Kind of a regimented time that was. That makes sense.
I mean,
what's your go-to exercise?
You know what? I work out with Dr. Tim, who has been training me, and so he teaches me, I think he calls them functional moves. So I'll do different moves, but they work different parts of my body. I got to get the heart going. That gets rid of that.
Good to hear from Shannon. And that's not all we have for you from last night's episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County. Kelly Dodd and Megan King Edmonds reunited for the first time since it was revealed they had a nasty text battle in between seasons. The longtime friends were sending accusations back and forth regarding their marriages. Megan started off the battle by texting Kelly, "I heard you had a boyfriend." This was going off rumors she heard about Kelly from someone on Twitter. And then Kelly responded with a text saying, "A friend told me your husband has a mistress." Megan shot back, "We are pregnant, for God's sake." Kelly, "My God." Both ladies denied the infidelity rumors, with Kelly Dodd confessing to viewers, "I don't have a boyfriend, and quite frankly, if I did, I would say." Megan denied Kelly's accusation and explained she was annoyed Dodd brought it up, saying, "Kelly didn't like that question, so she got mad and sent me a text when I'm 7 months pregnant saying, 'Your husband is having an affair on you. Just thought you should know.' That's not a text that you send to someone 7 months pregnant." The two put the fight behind them as Kelly paid a visit to see Megan's baby girl in last night's episode. A lot of drama. Glad to have a whole week to recover till the next episode. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
Stay with us. Dance Mom stars are opening up about former coach Abby Lee Miller. Plus, we're breaking down the Bachelorette Men Tell All episode. You will not want to miss it. Stick around.
This is King Cutie in People. His Royal Highness Prince George Alexander Louis of Cambridge. These are George's parents, George's home, his Nana, the Queen, and his staff of 644 Englishmen. This is George's dog Lupo, who inspired his favorite book, The Adventures of the Royal Dog Lupo, one George will share now that he's a big brother. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
It's gotta kind of make her a little bit uncomfortable too. Because everybody knows it's been all over the news for the last year. So we can't pretend it's not happening.
You know, I think the most important thing will always to just say, you know, we're here for you no matter what.
We've been here.
Right,
she was indicted over a year and a half ago.
She doesn't have a big support system, though, correct? I mean, doesn't she? From what
I
you
don't
guys said,
think
she
so,
pushes
not that I know
away.
of.
I think her mentality is just block everybody out of her life. I just don't think she trusts anybody in general.
But when you're in a position like this, when you're facing incarceration, you're scared. Yes.
Ooh, so much drama, so little time. That's a sneak peek of tonight's Dance Moms season premiere, where Abby Lee Miller's looming court appearance worries the anxious moms. The hit Lifetime series is our Toyota People pick of the day. So when returning mother-daughter duo Chloe and Christi Lukasiak stopped by the People Now studios, we had to get the scoop on what to expect this upcoming season. Check it out. What do you think is going to be the source of most of the drama for this next season?
Well, what's always the source of the drama?
What is
It's Abby.
I don't need any of them. They're dead to you.
It's everything that happens with that team and us. We're separate from it. So the other girls and dancers have to kind of have their own journey and their closure with Abby. So it's very interesting. It really is. And I'm really proud because for a long time, I think the moms have all gotten a lot of slack, like, why do you put up with this? And, you know, you're just doing this for the wrong reasons. And I'm really proud to say that I watched women that I've known for a long time stand up and say, you know what, we're not doing this anymore, we're doing it our way. And I'm really excited that I got to be a part of it because it's the way it was supposed to be.
Why are you back?
You don't want to work with the kids. They don't want to work with you.
It was like 5 years.
You screwed it up.
This might be the last time we ever see this place. How does that feel to stand up to her?
I mean, it's difficult. I mean, she's a strong personality. It's difficult to stand up for her, but when you believe something so true, like you believe something so passionately about your kids, that it's easy, but it is hard because you're always struggling with, like, you know, do I do this? Do I don't do this? And I was probably the mom's biggest cheerleaders this season, the other moms, because I know how hard it is, and I did it on my own, and they kind of did it as a group. And I don't know if I'm giving away too much, but it's really, I'm proud of them. I really am proud of them.
The only reason why you're relevant is because you're involved in. Who are you? You're irrelevant. Like, hey.
He's no Boom, he's no Lee. Like, cut the guy a break.
Are you shut up, Dean?
Well, the men certainly told a lot on last night's episode of The Bachelorette, but did they tell enough?
Well, thankfully, we have three amazing women here to help us answer that question. Welcome back, Season 20 Bachelor cast members Caila Quinn and Olivia Caridi, and Bachelor superfan Brandi Cyrus.
Great to see you, ladies.
Super
Thanks, everyone coming in from all over the world here. Look at this, unbelievable.
know.
Last night, we saw the return of DeMario, and while his Bachelor in Paradise scandal was only briefly alluded to, he did get a lot of screen time and also addressed the reason that he was kicked off The Bachelorette. Let's take a quick look at the clip.
Here's what happens. This random ass chick call in and say that she's my girlfriend. By you guys' logic, I'm Beyonce's boyfriend. I'm dating Rihanna.
Okay, no, because Beyonce didn't have physical proof.
She had text messages. I text everybody.
I kind of wanted Chris to ask if DeMario had texted from Beyonce.
Right.
No, he does not. Brandi, how do you think DeMario handled himself last night?
Well, the things he says are just completely irrelevant and make no sense. And we know he was on Paradise, right? And clearly he learned nothing by being on Paradise because he's still saying the same dumb things that make no sense.
Caila, did your opinion of DeMario change at all after watching last night?
I mean, it just validated everything that's happened before. And if you read his tweets, he's just, very self-absorbed. So.
What about you, Olivia? What do you think?
The side chick thing, you're on television. Why are you talking so disrespectfully? I don't know.
We're all in agreement. Look, Brandi started off, and I think everyone's kind of on board.
I agree too. Most of last night's episode was dominated by rehashing the drama that Lee caused with Kenny and the other men in the house. There's a lot of back and forth, but it led to this moment between Lee and Josiah. Watch this.
What's the difference between the NAACP and the KKK? One has a sense of shame to cover their racist-ass faces. Josiah, what do you want from Lee?
Lee, it's hard for me to fathom that you are somebody other than somebody who has racist views.
Well, I understand where you're coming from seeing that and not knowing it. I was being irresponsible in what I put out, and that was another thing about not being considerate that I said I thought about a lot.
But is that the way that you feel, though, really?
Absolutely.
Wait, no,
not that way at all. At all. I never felt that way.
This was a whole can of worms. I felt like Lee had been heavily coached. I don't know. Olivia, did Lee redeem himself at all last night?
I don't think so. I think most villains, when they go on the hot seat, they have a chance to apologize and be genuine about it. But I think with him, there's no getting around a tweet that was racist. Like, I think he spewed a lot of scripted BS, but no, I don't think he did.
And Caila, I mean, what did you think of how Lee and Kenny handled things?
I feel like I liked the ending. I thought it was on a high note. Personally, I thought he was redeemed a little bit because he asked for forgiveness, and there was, they accepted it. So, it was a merry-go-round where they were just going over and over again. And I think the producers see how this changes people's lives, and literally, like, if you use that R word, you'll be that for the rest of your life. So I think they wanted to, give Lee something else to end on.
And what do you think, Brandi? What are your thoughts on this whole thing?
Yeah, most of these guys, or girls, when it's the other way around, they go on and they continue to defend themselves. They continue to try to make what they did right, like DeMario, just saying nonsense. But to me, at least Lee went on and kept his mouth shut, right? Like, at least he wasn't continually fighting back with the guys that were coming at him. Like, he just kind of sat in silence and took it until he was in the hot seat. And I thought that was at least, even if it was coached, it was a mature response to the way he had acted and the things that were being said.
Completely agree. It's kind of like the best thing he did was not say anything for the majority of the time he was being talked about. Rachel's done an amazing job, obviously, as the Bachelorette this season, but some fans are saying that her one misstep was telling Dean that she was falling in love with him just before kicking him off the show. We've talked a lot about that, but Dean finally got a chance to confront Rachel about that last night. Watch what she had to say.
But I meant it. Like 100%, like in that moment when you were like, I'm falling in love with you, it was a feeling that I had already had before that. And I told you that when I was sending you home, which, I mean, I know you didn't really want to hear again at that moment, but I meant it for me.
I can understand that, but I kind of feel like your response to me saying that was they were almost words of consolation, to where you wanted me to feel comfortable in that situation by saying what you said, but then that ultimately just led me to being much more heartbroken.
All right, so Caila, were you happy with Rachel's explanation here?
I was. I think just because you end something with somebody doesn't mean you don't love them. It just means it wasn't meant to be. And she loves other people more. So I thought she did a great job. And whether he accepts it or not is how ready he is to move on.
And Olivia, other than Dean having the best coat of the night, how do you think that he handled everything with Rachel?
I loved Dean last night. I loved how passionate he was about Lee's situation, how he was telling Waboom off. Like, I think Dean looked really good last night. I love him.
Yeah, Brandi, the studio audience was really loving Dean last night. I mean, lots of applause. They responded to everything he said. Could he be our next Bachelor? What do you think?
Well, he is such a fan favorite, and my friends and I were actually just looking at his Instagram numbers, and they're insane. But I think we all know that he ends up on Paradise. And I don't know, because he made the choice to go to Paradise, I feel like he's not going to be the Bachelor. Because I feel like if he thought he had a chance at the Bachelor, he wouldn't have gone on Paradise.
I don't know, but anything's possible.
Theory.
Nick Vial.
Well, these days. Yeah, these days anything's possible with the series.
Nick is just, he's the exception, though, to that.
Yeah, that's very true. All right, before we find out the next Bachelor, of course, the current Bachelorette has to get engaged. So Peter, Brian, and Eric are all that remain. I want to hear your final predictions, ladies. Are they any different from last week? Let's go Caila first.
Still the same, big Team Brian fan.
All right, Olivia?
Still Brian. I don't know if I'm a fan, but still Brian.
And Brandi?
I think she will end up with Brian, although the other two would be top choices for me over Brian.
All good stuff. Well, Caila, Olivia, and Brandi, thank you for joining us for our global conference of Bachelorette talk. Be sure to watch the Bachelorette, guys. Season finale next Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We can't wait to talk about that in about a week.
Thank you.
Bye, ladies.
Thanks, guys.
This is Jennifer Lawrence in People. This is Jennifer photobombing Taylor Swift and Sarah Jessica Parker and Liam Hemsworth. proving that while we all love the fashion of the red carpet, it's people who steal the show. People. The details make the story.
Last night, Adam dropped this bombshell on me. He told me he was like feeling anxious, like he's got a weight on his chest, and it's been going on for a while. And it doesn't just affect Adam, it affects the family. So, I mean, it's hard.
I know I might not be the one you want to talk to because you don't want to put any burden or anything on me. I can understand that, but I got to thinking that maybe it doesn't need to be me, it just needs to be somebody.
Danielle Busby is doing whatever she can to help her husband Adam as he battles postpartum depression. In an exclusive sneak peek at Tuesday's episode of TLC's Outdaughtered, the couple, who are parents to 6-year-old daughter Blake and the only all-female set of quintuplets in the country, talk about Adam's anxiety issues, and Danielle urges her husband to seek help. Watch.
Right now, it's just hard even articulating, like, what's going on. I'm not even sure I know what to say.
Well, I don't.
I mean, it's not all the time.
I mean, thinking about the burden. You just
like right now. I mean, I feel fine today.
Just because you're fine right now doesn't mean that you shouldn't just talk to a friend or somebody.
In a few days, we go to a get-together that's called Small Group, which is organized by our church. And I think that this is a place where Adam can hopefully connect with someone and talk about his issues.
I just don't want you to get worse. I feel like you're gonna put a wedge in us because something's bothering you.
I don't want how I feel to get in the way of just enjoying life with my family. But, I mean, I was brought up, you know, you don't really talk about your emotions and feelings and stuff like that. You know, I feel like I should be able to, you know, control and fix it myself.
All right, let's check in with Facebook Live one more time. So in honor of HGTV star Christina Almusa sharing her fitness routine, we're asking what your go-to workout is.
All right, Heather says yoga, which is that's a popular choice. A lot of people say that.
Teresa says, I love walking with my 2-year-old. And Sherry says, spin. I like spin class.
I'm always impressed with people that do things very early in the morning. Sheena says, I walk 8.5K before anyone in my house is awake.
Wow,
that is super impressive. It's nice when you can do it, if you can look at that.
Natasha says, my job is my exercise. I am a car hop at Sonic Drive-In in East Texas and don't eat fast food. I play tennis and fish.
There you go. Good stuff.
That's a cool workout. Fishing.
All kinds of ideas here that fishing's nice.
No, it isn't.
Shoulders are going to be huge.
We're going to make fun of what Natasha says?
No. I love fishing. I don't know that it's the best workout, but it is relaxing. Thank you, guys, so much for watching. Be sure to catch us again tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. We sit down with Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey ahead of their anticipated new blockbuster, The Dark Tower. Plus, $1 Million matchmaker Patty Stanger joins us live.
Thank you for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from funny man TJ Miller. Enjoy.
We're going to go and exhaust ourselves while fishing.
Okay, right? I think that Natasha's going to be mad at you.
Okay, sorry, Natasha.
My good God, where have the hosts gone? Where's I'm alone here in the studio. Me, TJ Miller, and this is one last thing. The last time I laughed so hard I cried was immediately after I left the show People Now. I just couldn't stop laughing at how poorly I had performed. The last emoji I used texting was not the thank you, but rather the desk lamp in response to a text quandary by my best friend Brady Novak, which was, "You up? ? Desk lamp. The last thing I Googled was the definition of the word Google. My last splurge ... was on the ellipses in the teleprompter. My last vacation was a working one.